Welcome Fantasy Endgame community. I'm Pierre, here to help you with fantasy baseball draft prep for the 2022 season. I'm going to give you my top 5 hitter breakouts for the 22 season to get you ready. So let's start with a guy I like in Minnesota, Alec Kirillof. So he's probably going to play outfield or DH for the most part. Somebody who has nice power from the left side. He debuted in 2020 in the postseason. That's slightly unusual, but then he had a chance to showcase what he has last year. Unfortunately, his year was cut short with a wrist injury, had some offseason surgery, but should be ready for spring training. Now, he also has a chance to win a spot because Nelson Cruz no longer there at DH. Of course, the Twins had kind of a mini fire sale before the trade deadline last year, so Kirillof has a chance to earn everyday playing time. He's one of a few bats that the Twins have, kind of that corner, outfield, infield type sluggers, along with Brent Rooker, Trevor Larnach, some guys that all have a chance to compete, but I like Kirillof the best. He has the biggest power, 12.8% barrel rate in his time last year. That was top 10%, and he's somebody who I think can earn the job based on what he's shown. So Kirillof is definitely someone to target. Available around pick 172 according to NFBC ADP, so it won't cost you much to lock him down as your corner infielder. A guy in a similar situation is Jesus Sanchez of the Marlins. Usually we talk about the Marlins and young upcoming players. It's a pitcher. They have plenty of young pitching. But let's look at the offense. Now, I know the Marlins offense is not much to look at most of the time, but in this case, at least I feel like they have a solid foundation. Sanchez is a guy that has a chance to earn a spot in the middle of that order and play in the outfield every day. Just like Kirillof, about 12% barrel rate. He also had a 42.7% hard hit rate. We know the power from the left side is there. He's somebody who's a little bit more athletic. I don't expect too many steals, but Don Mattingly does like to call the green light for players, so maybe he'll get you a few swipes of the bag here and there. So this is somebody who, again, I know you don't expect a lot of counting stats because it's the Marlins, but at least with the fact they have Jazz Chisholm up top, guys like Avisail Garcia and Jesus Aguilar in the middle of the order, professional hitters, guys that can help manufacture runs. I think Sanchez is a guy you can't ignore just based on his team and his ballpark. No, Marlins Park is not the best place for a power hitter, but he's going to play half his game somewhere else too, hasn't he? All right, so Sanchez is a guy who definitely has 20 homer upside and available after pick 200. This next pick, I can't even believe he's going this late. Joe Adell of the Angels going right after Sanchez around pick 228. So we know that he is one of the top prospects in the game. Did have kind of a massively disappointing debut a couple years ago. Looked like he was completely lost at the plate, but I don't blame him. Let's remember the guy is still 22 years old, okay? So with a little bit of experience now, he starts to show some signs last year. He has massive raw power, some of the best in the game. He does have some speed too. Don't know if he's going to steal too many bases, but that's okay. Just power alone, this is definitely somebody to invest in. Part of that offense there with Ohtani at the top, Mike Trout, assuming he stays healthy, Anthony Rendon, if he stays healthy, this is definitely a potential one of the best lineups in the American League. So you've got to like Odell's chances to bring runs home. So Joe Adell, a guy with too much upside to ignore this late in the draft. He might not be somebody who completely breaks out this year, but again, that untapped potential, even if he gives you it for maybe the second half of the season, it's worth stashing him. All right, then another guy who might fit in the category of post-hype sleepers, and that would be Andrew Vaughn, former number 3 overall pick out of Cal. So Vaughn, didn't impress too much in his rookie season, but let's not forget this is a guy who hadn't even played above A ball before joining the White Sox last year. A first baseman by trade, he was bumped to the outfield because, Jose Abreu isn't going anywhere. With Eloy Jimenez back for a full season, we could see Vaughn split time between outfield and DH. He definitely has a chance to lock down the DH role. Let's not forget that even though he didn't really put up great average, hitting around 240, this is somebody who was lauded for his hit tool. That is his strength. He kind of sold out for power last year, hit 15 home runs, but again, that average was low. His play discipline didn't look good, but that's uncharacteristic of him. He's somebody who has a 70 grade hit tool, according to scouts. So we know he can get that average up. One of the best lineups in the American League, undoubtedly. So this is somebody who absolutely can produce those counting stats. Even if he hits lower in their lineup, it doesn't really matter. So definitely keep Andrew Vaughn in mind in your draft. And then finally, Alec Bohm of the Philadelphia Phillies. Look, after his debut in 2020, a lot of people thought he was the next coming of Mike Schmidt. Not so much. Look, we knew that was kind of a small sample. He wasn't going to hit 338 every year, right? But he's also going to do better than he did last year. Kind of fell flat, was even demoted late in the season. But we know he's somebody who has that hit tool and he has power. Now, it's interesting, he's kind of done the opposite of Vaughn. He's traded a little bit of his power for contact, which is a good thing, right? Because we know the power is still there. He's being compared to maybe a corner infield version of Michael Brantley. All right, now if you can take that at third base, you should be happy with it. Somebody who can hit about 290 plus, still has that 20 homer upside. I think Bohm can do even better. So don't forget him just because he struggled in his sophomore campaign. So around pick 293, you can't go wrong taking him as a late run flyer. All right, those are my top 5 hitter breakouts for 2022. Stay tuned for the pitcher version and so much more this offseason as we help you prepare to win in fantasy baseball. All right, thanks for watching.